Hello and welcome back to Inquisitor Martyr. Last time we ended up running more of the, what do we call it? Random assignments. I always screw the name up. But we've been running those, and this time we're actually going to do our seasonal mission. Because I have been informed they can get very overpowered without any warning. So I want to make sure that gets dealt with before we end up with some like 300 or 400% damage taken, absolute hellscape where I can't win. Between episodes, the week rolled over, and the game gave me a couple items. There was a chainsword that was really good, but I passed up on it because I don't have anything for melee set up. I don't even have, like, the physical damage tree. If I at least had this tree available, I'd go for it, because the melee combat, you have to deal melee damage. But without any boosts, I'm a little hesitant to even use it, so I just got rid of it. We also got this Archaeotech Signum, boosting bleeding duration. This bolter can't cause bleed yet, but it is pretty common to get ones that can. So at some point, it'll become really useful. At the moment, it's not the most useful, but it'll happen eventually. Plus, it gives us salvo skill bonus and damage. We also got this Flamer, which bonus loot quantity and HP on critical hit, so it's pretty nice. But let's jump into this seasonal mission. Okay, a little difficult, but not terrible. Just a purge. Okay, that should be tolerable. We'll actually use the bolter because of the heat reflect and heat damage resistances this time around. Except for this. I want to get rid of all this stuff and get money. But in some kind of interesting D&D news, one of their latest books, they showed art for a couple giants. And the obvious problem people noticed pretty early on, the art is either somewhat or entirely AI generated. Because for the pieces, one was like a frost giant, but instead of their hand and arm ending normally, it was this very peculiar, like they had a wrist and then it goes under like a bracer and it extends in a weird way, and then a second wrist is there that connects to the hand, so it just looks super out of place. At the feet, it has this wispy, like, junk that doesn't really go anywhere. It's just kind of stuff that exists. It was interesting. And then they had the other piece, which was another, like, not a mountain giant, but almost like a different version of a frost giant, or at least a different interpretation. And with that, the problem was there was an axe that essentially just clipped into a wolf that was behind the giant. 1 foot? So it's like standing normally, so you can see the top of the foot and stuff, like you would, but then the other foot is raised in a weird way, so that it doesn't actually mesh at all. And it was just such a weird design to look at. Because once you notice that, and you look at it, you immediately go, oh, that's not right. That was clearly made using some form of tool assistance. But it doesn't surprise me. I mean, hell, I saw a thing just today that Wizards of the Coast is doing... Oh man, what was it? It was another crossover event for their cards that just didn't make sense. God, now I'm drawing a blank. That's annoying. But I just remember it was another, like, video game one. And I remember seeing it and I was like, this... I get Wizards is trying to make money, but this is getting really weird. When they're sitting here cutting corners, oh yeah, we can just use AI. Speaking of which, that's the other funny part. The higher-ups are going, oh, we didn't know there was AI. It's pretty clear. And you have to have someone higher up, like, signing off on the art. You can't tell me you just tell your artist, yeah, make a thing and we'll just put it in. No, you have to sign off on these, and whoever's doing the signing off either was very well aware or just didn't care. But it's disappointing. And it's just such a strange thing. I've been seeing that a lot lately. There was talk of, actually a YouTuber, Quebblecop. He's been trying to do AI-generated content for a while now. He has a whole YouTube channel, like Blue, I think it is, that's essentially all AI. And now he is doing full, like, AI VTuber type stuff. And has videos where it's entirely just a program emulating his voice, his inflection, all that. And it's so weird. And I had said, like, how bored do you have to be, or how half-assed of a person do you have to be like, yeah, I make a living sitting around playing video games all day, but now that's too difficult, so I need to now automate the process. People would kill to make a very good living playing video games. And yet here we are with idiots who are like, oh, well, we'll be able to just automate it and you can make all the content you want. It's like, no, dude. That's stupid. And then he's trying to sell, like, the process of doing it, or the not the code, the program, for, like, I can't remember if it's $100 or $1,000 a month. And I'm just sitting here looking at it, and it's like, okay, the problem here is you can have the program to do it, but you still have to train the AI. You still need a lot. To do a good job, you have to have a lot of footage to feed the AI so that it can properly do what you're asking it to do. And I think if anybody's gonna buy that program, or at least rent it, your average person isn't going to understand, oh, this is actually a lot more work than just some plug and play, let it make some stuff type beat. That's not how it works. God, it's just so disappointing seeing people try to automate just the most boring things imaginable, or the most, like, it's not intensive. Now, if it was automating editing somehow, sure, I could see that. Editing sucks. I don't like it, but I do it. But when it comes to, like, the actual, I don't even want to say legwork, because it's just playing video games, but all you do is you record games in absolute silence and then let the AI, like, scan it. I can't relate, man. I just can't relate. I feel like if you're at that point where just just playing games is too stressful or too time-consuming, maybe just stop. That's what I would say to anybody. If you're sitting here like, oh, this is too much work, then don't do it, dude. Clearly this isn't meant for you. People are weird. Being absolute clowns with this kind of stuff.
Let's see what happens now. Defense mechanism activated. Reloading.
I think the thing that probably kills me the most about the whole automating YouTube commentary kind of stuff is you could use that for better purposes. Like, I'm sure you could use that for, you know, customer service stuff, or if you wanted to try to give robots that people keep making a personality, that'd be the kind of thing you'd use instead of YouTube. And the stupidest part was people like called it out. They're on Twitter like, hey, what the hell? And Quellcop's like, well, what if your favorite creator did their stuff with AI and you couldn't tell? It's like, I don't care, you absolute dweeb. Go get shoved into a locker more. Nobody wants your dumbass AI content. It's so stupid. But looping back to the D&D, it just... I'm not surprised. I'm really not. Wizards is just gone. They're gone, effectively. Ah, God, my controller keeps disconnecting. I gotta replace this thing. The like charging port's going out on it. Tragically, this is also the one my PlayStation came with, and it was crap from the start. Gotta love Sony's quality control. I saw, actually, Microsoft finally did a right to repair thing so you can buy replacement parts for your Xbox controllers. Which, honestly, is good. That should have been something in the works a long time ago. Especially when, realistically, these controllers haven't changed much. Sony sits there, oh, well, we have our touchpad. Nobody cares about the touchpad. I don't care about the touchpad. Most developers are just like, yeah, it's an extra button. We're not gonna do anything past that. And rightfully so, it's kind of a waste to sit around and try to do anything more with it. It was stupid when they did it with the PS4, it's stupid now. Realistically, they probably could have just tossed in, like, split it in half and turned it into 2 large buttons. And I think everybody would have been cool with it. But at least it's a win for right to repair. Because if I could, I would crack this controller open and replace the parts. Because it's just the plug-in, like the port. If I can just yoink that out and replace it, I would. Finally, at least we got something good here. Yeah, we'll do that intel too, why not? Warp resistance, don't have any poison effects, so that's kinda useless. The turret's not bad. We'll take the melt-a-gun, I do like melt-a-guns. A lot of these signums are kinda bad. Yeah, not the best turnout on that. Try to get to level 10 on toughness for that 30 regen per second. Don't really care about anything there. And then probably just dump into warfare. Try to get as fast as possible, maybe to beast lore. Probably not. Passives though. 3 points, that's more heat. We don't even really need to mulch stuff just yet. Dying fails the mission, that's an interesting little complication. Everything else is doable, cool. Okay, so R2 is an AoE. I couldn't remember the attack pattern for this gun. Nothing like just holding down X and mag dumping everything. Kind of wish this was a little more accurate. Like half my shots are just going wide. Leave me alone. God, these guys are persistent.
Teleport beacon in range.
All that effort and they didn't drop anything. And all their, like, judgment rings got tougher. Because they turned into the purple ones that I still don't understand how this season works. I mean, they're incredibly dense, or it's just very poorly explained. Oh yeah, I have to not use that ability because it has, like, no range. I love how it's the big melt-a-gun and it has, like, worse than shotgun ranges. Guess the explosive rounds are the way to go. 'Cause that just shut down everybody. absolutely astounding.
Teleport beacon in range.
Hey, I got enough judgment for another judgment mission. And a lot of level ups there, again. I don't like the suppression bonus stuff. I think it's a waste. Critical damage, that's actually kind of useful. That's kind of useless. That's just better, so we'll definitely take that bolter. And that is all for now. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button, it helps out the channel a lot, and if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.